What's going on, guys? This is Lior and welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it's like to live in a small section of the South End called the Ink Block and slash the SoWa neighborhood. These are kind of the more trendy neighborhoods right now in the South End. A lot of stuff is happening there right now. So I'm going to give you the lowdown about what it's like to live in these neighborhoods within Boston's, one of Boston's famous neighborhoods, the South End. So with that, let's get at it. What's going on, guys? My name's Lior and I'm with Compass out of Boston, and welcome back to my channel. Now, before I get into the meat of the potatoes of the video, two super quick things. First of all, guys, if this is your first time on my channel, number one, welcome. Number two, make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. I put up tons of new videos every single week highlighting different neighborhoods all over Greater Boston, talking about lifestyle, restaurants, and literally everything in between. So if that kind of stuff interests you, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And number two, guys, if you're thinking about doing anything with real estate around the Greater Boston area, whether it's buying, selling, investing, leasing, whatever it may be, I still get an insane amount of calls from you guys watching my videos literally every single day, and it still blows my mind. So first of all, thank you for watching. And number two, if you're thinking about doing anything with real estate, make sure you hit me up on email, text, or whatever, and I will definitely help you out. Now, let's jump in and talk all about the Ink Block and SoWa neighborhoods in the South End. So first, in terms of location, just so you guys can get a little bit oriented, if you look at the map of the South End, Ink Block is basically kind of one of the most eastern corners of the neighborhood. You have 93 on the eastern side, you have the Mass Pike, the 90 highway right above you to the north, and for SoWa, or which actually stands for South of Washington, as the name suggests, if you look at Washington Street, it's the name South of Washington Street. It is also encapsulated by basically Shawmut Ave, if you look on the map, and East Brookline and East Berkeley streets. Now, the reason I decided to highlight these specific pockets in this video is they actually, both of these have quite a bit of a different feel than the rest of the South End. Ink Block is kind of the neighborhood that's been on the up and up in terms of development of the last number of years, obviously anchored by the Ink Block development, which we'll talk all about in this video. But there's a ton of development, ton of construction going on right there right now, tons of new projects of condos, apartments, retail, commercial. I mean, that neighborhood has really changed. And then there's SoWa, which is kind of known as the artsy, creative art and design district of Boston. You know, it's kind of the imaginative pocket of Boston, if you will. And is also home, of course, to the SoWa Open Market, which is one of the famous food truck, art, and farmers markets in Boston. Let's jump right into these neighborhoods. And if you guys seen my other neighborhood videos, you know I always like to start about the restaurant and food scene. That always speaks close to my heart. And these pockets of the South End have some amazing restaurants. I'm gonna look at my list here. That's why I'm turning my head this way. So I'll give you guys some of the highlights in terms of food you can expect there. In Ink Block, you have places like Yellow Door Taqueria. If you've seen my other video about some of the pockets in Dorchester, you know they have another location there. But the Yellow Door Taqueria location in the South End is right on Harrison Ave, right in the Ink Block development. Literally one of my favorite taco places. I probably order it maybe once a week or so. I've got a couple of go-to items on there. Absolutely amazing Mexican place, taco place to get you going. Then you've also got a place, another great restaurant right there is Bar Mazzana. It's kind of like a gourmet Italian restaurant that's absolutely amazing. It's got stellar reviews. I've been there once and it was very good. You've got another Italian place there, Coppa. And then you've also got a few other chain places in Ink Block, like Tate Bakery, which is also on Harrison Ave, and Sweet Green. And there's another place that's kind of right on the border between the Ink Block neighborhood and the SoWa district, Myers and Chang. You might have heard of it, actually very famous, pretty famous upscale Asian place. That is also very good. So now let's kind of shift our attention first to Ink Block and kind of talk about what's going on in that neighborhood, right? So obviously the anchor has been the Ink Block development, right? And I'll kind of give you guys the details. So basically, it was a large mixed-use development that's fairly new from the last number of years. Now, it's a mixed-use development that offers luxury apartments. Now, these are beautiful, beautiful apartments. I've been in some of them. You know, they've got floor-to-ceiling windows, open floor plans, and some amazing, amazing amenities in the building. You also have a really nice condo building right on Traveler Street. Beautiful condos there, great amenities in that condo building as well. Now, in terms of other condos and apartments that you might find there, you currently have an ongoing project called the Quinn Condos. That's also right on Harrison Ave. It is currently just about finishing up construction and will feature just over 100 condos, and is also going to have quite a bit of commercial space on the ground floor. Now, another pretty large project that is just about wrapping up right now is the 100 Shawmut Ave condos. So that's on Shawmut Ave, obviously, as the name suggests. That was actually a really, really cool project where the developer took like an old brick commercial building and retained part of that shell, and then basically build like a luxury glass tower above it. So it's kind of a combination of like glass with brick. It came out really, really cool. These are beautiful condos. I think it's just about 138 condos, if I'm not mistaken. No commercial space, amazing amenities. I've been on that roof deck. There's a common roof deck that has absolutely stellar views of downtown. So it is an amazing, amazing development there as well. And you also have plenty of apartment options, including the 345 Harrison apartments. You also got the Troy Boston apartments there. So in short, there is a crap load of development going on in that neighborhood between condos, apartments, and more commercial space. I expect that there's a few other projects ongoing there right now. So definitely keep your radar on that neighborhood because it is expanding and changing rapidly. Now, let's talk a little bit about SoWa and the design district. And obviously, as I said, probably one of the most famous things about SoWa is the SoWa open market. So if you have never heard of it, basically it's an open market that goes on during the summer. It happens every Sunday, basically from May to October. And it's just an amazing market, right? I mean, you basically have an awesome collection of food where you got some of the best food trucks all over, from all over Boston. Some of my favorite food truck vendors are there. You also have a really cool beer garden, a farmer's market, and an arts market. So it really has an awesome combination of a lot of different things. It's an awesome event. I mean, it's usually, it's open throughout the day. If you go there, it's probably going to be pretty packed with a lot of people either bouncing between the food trucks or going to the different markets in between. So one of the things that's very unique and cool about the SoWa neighborhood is that it features a lot of different design and art galleries and different little boutique shops. So what's cool is they also have, in SoWa, they have what's called a SoWa First Friday. And basically what you can do every first Friday of the month, different artists and their galleries that they have in the SoWa neighborhood, right? Because that's literally, that's where they live and that's where they have a lot of their boutique shops, is they open their doors to the public and it's just an awesome evening. You can go bounce around between the different galleries, check out different collections. You can actually meet the artists themselves and visit all the different exhibitions and of course check out all the food scene in the neighborhood. Now, you can obviously do a very easy Google search if you're really into the art galleries to see some of the different galleries and exhibitions that are available. Some of the ones that I thought I would highlight for you guys, there's some called the Kingston Gallery, there's the galleries at Thayer, there's Stitch and Tickle, there's Debbie Crim Photography, Bread and Fiber, Patch New York City, and the Remy Creations. These are all different galleries, exhibitions, or little boutique shops. Again, something very, very unique to SoWa that you really just don't see anywhere else. You just don't really see anywhere else in Boston. Just a very creative little hub spot. Another really cool aspect that's kind of close to both SoWa and really Ink Block. It's actually called the Underground at Ink Block. And basically, it's the underpass between the bridge of the south, where the South End and the South Boston intersect, right? Because basically they are intersected by the 93 highway and there's kind of an underpass beneath. Now, that little pocket used to be pretty rough, but they've actually completely changed it now. And now what you can find is an awesome active little park there with a parking facility. They've got pedestrian boardwalks, bike paths, they've got a dog park, public art walls, fitness classes, night markets, and a graffiti festival that they hold there. So again, you can tell very artsy and creative scene that's transpired in that neighborhood, which just makes it so unique compared to the other neighborhoods in Boston. One other nice feature I thought I'd highlight too for parks, you do have some nice green space there. You do have Peters Park, which is kind of right in between the two neighborhoods. It's a nice dog-friendly park, which also features a tennis court, lawns, and basketball court. So you do have kind of more traditional park and green space there as well. So hopefully that kind of gives you a feel for lifestyle. Now let's talk a little bit about real estate. As you can probably imagine, with all the development and construction that's been going on there, the neighborhood has become quite pricey, especially with new construction. So for example, at the 100 Shawmut Ave project, which if you recall, is that new condo building that features kind of that brick with glass on it. You know, units there are selling at about $1,300 to $1,450 per square foot, right? So you can expect to spend, you know, if you're buying, let's say, a 1,000 square foot unit, you're probably going to be spending at around the low to mid 1 millions there to buy that brand new construction unit. Similar numbers are going to be for the condos at the Quinn building, which is also another new construction building. If you're going to go to the condo building in the Ink Block development, since it's a little bit older, it's 2015 construction, right? So you're talking about 5-6-year-old product. There you could probably get units around $1,200 per square foot. So, you know, that same 1,000 square foot condo might run you about 1.2 million. Now, in terms of SoWa is a little bit cheaper than Ink Block, and there's a little bit more of a gradient, right? Because as you get as you get further away from there and you kind of go more south towards the BU Center, the prices definitely drop a little bit more. You know, if you get really close to that medical campus there, you might be looking at prices as low as around $850 to $900 per square foot. And of course, as you get closer and closer to Ink Block, those prices are certainly going to go up. So you can see it's a little bit more of a gradient there, and you get a little bit more of a price variance. But again, you're probably your bottom. You're looking typically at around $900 per square foot. So for your average 1,000 square foot condo, you're probably looking at somewhere around the vicinity of $900,000. So as you can see, still quite pricey, you know, especially if you're going to go after new construction projects. But, you know, that area is changing at an unbelievable pace. It is absolutely gorgeous there now, and there's a lot more development ongoing as we speak today. So hopefully that's helpful, guys. Obviously, if you have any questions, any comments, concerns, whatever, shoot them below, and I will definitely help you out.